And as you can see, I can change the opacity of this so I can actually see what I'm doing. And can I go up here and type Engadget again while watching a video? And so here we're back at the Engadget search, and I can click on Engadget, and I can go to the full site, and all of this, you know, while playing back a video. Transparently on top, and again I can adjust the alpha. Here's the video a little darker, here it is a bit lighter. Now you can see Engadget back there, and there goes Star Wars playing in front. So that's called Q-Slide, and that's like one of the big features that really shows what this phone can do in terms of horsepower with that quad-core processor. Finally, I just want to talk about the camera a little bit. You can see the TV tuner for the antenna that is only working in Korea here. This also has screen mirroring over the MHL USB connector, as well as you can display a video on the screen while you're using the phone at the same time. Stuff like that. But the camera, let's talk about the camera, because the camera again suffers from the same thing that all LG cameras seem to be suffering from. And it's this continuous autofocus. It's constantly hunting. See, now it's focused, but there, it's trying to focus again, and it barely moved. So there, it's doing it again. So you can never, almost never get a perfect shot unless you like touch to focus, right? So if I touch to focus, look, it stays there for like a second, but it goes away and then does a continuous autofocus again. So this is kind of the ongoing issue with this. I have to be really quick and take the shot here if I want to use the touch to focus point that I used, right? So there's a nice shot that I took at night of deer on the road. Anyway, that's the biggest gripe. The UI is great. You can customize everything. There's tons of settings. You know, like quite advanced. Scene modes, there is HDR and panorama and all kinds of cool stuff. This is a really nice camera. The hardware on these two cameras is phenomenal. Really great low light, just, you know, good camera, 1080p video, etc., etc. But the UI is even good. It's just this continuous autofocus you just can't turn off, and you know, it just gets in your way. And then, of course, the other thing is you can't do the tap and hold, then reframe, then remove, because it just keeps taking pictures in this kind of weird continuous mode, and it doesn't, you know, so you don't have that flexibility of an exposure and a focus lock. So it's really kind of unfortunate because this camera has such potential. Kind of, you know, normal users will have a hard time because they, you know, this continuous refocusing, and then those of us who know how to tweak things will have a hard time because even touch to focus you have to be really, really fast. Because you see, if I want to adjust and be still now, there, I've lost the touch to focus. So this is just software, and it's been the issue on a lot of LG phones for the last year or so, and all they have to do is add a setting to turn off the continuous autofocus, or let us do what I suggest with the shutter key, where you can tap and hold to lock focus and exposure. So once they fix that, this camera will be really awesome. It is, I would argue, better than the GS3 and 1X camera. Very high level of detail, really good low light performance. The 8 megapixel on the AT&T model does hold its own as well. It's just not quite as delightful, but it's pretty good. And since that's probably the camera that's going to end up on the Nexus, you know, why not? So, as you can see here, I was just ready to take my shot, and I'm focused, and I'm happy, and it tries to refocus. So you kind of have to really hit the button at the right time. And if you're not a power user, you don't pay attention to this. So, you know, in a nutshell, that's the Optimus G. It's a really phenomenal phone. This is by far the best phone LG's ever made. We really recommend it. Really fast, really feature complete. Camera software could use some improvement, but everything else is really nice. And of course, if it comes out as a Nexus, we'd love to just have plain Jelly Bean on this. LG has promised to give us Jelly Bean on this phone at some point soon. Hopefully, you know that LG has had a kind of poor track record when it comes to software updates. So we really hope they hold their, you know, they are true to their word So other than the camera's issues and the fact that they let the carriers completely customize these phones, except for Sprint, who was very, very reasonable, we think this is a hit. So I'm Miriam with Engadget. I hope you enjoyed this review. Please go to Engadget.com and have a look at the actual write-up for this phone review. Cheers!